What's going on, everybody? And we are back. This episode, I really want to talk about. I like talking about fundamentals and theories, right? And I talk about like talking about practice as well. But main thing I want to talk about is our inherited and accepted way of life is wrong, right? It isn't optimized for humans. Isn't optimized for us to be happy, healthy, right? It isn't optimized for our communities. It isn't optimized. Our way of life isn't optimized, right? And I think as I've spent a lot of time thinking and pondering on this, and that's the conclusion I've came into. And the sad reality is, until we accept that it isn't optimized, we won't be able to move forward, right? And it all starts with acceptance. Take a look at our everyday lives and realize you can really see that people are extremely messed up. And I'm talking to the point where people are committing violent acts against members of their family, violent acts against their children. People are losing grip. There's so much room for optimization in our daily impulse life. Control. People have lost critical thought. Our society is deeply disturbed, and we can all agree on that. Whether you think it's something else or whether I think it's something, we can all agree on a lot of people are messed up. And that's not a coincidence. We live in the most technologically advanced era in human history, yet our people are the most physically and mentally exhausted we've ever seen them. People are tired. People are worn out. The life expectancy is so much longer, yet people aren't enjoying life. Our people are tired. They're more indebted. They are more isolated than ever. We have been told that there has been immense progress, and there has been, especially in technology and other fields. But what about in humanity? When did humanity stop becoming our main priority? I personally feel as if the people aren't being taken care of, then nothing matters. It doesn't matter if we have successful systems. It doesn't matter if there's anything. If the people are unhappy, if the quality of life of the people is not where it needs to be or where it can be, then we are failing as a species. We are failing as a society, and we are failing as a civilization. Systems have become the priority. Markets have become the priority. Economics is the number one thing to some people. Status even is still important to people. People love looking good and looking rich and feeling rich, right? Material wealth is a part of that as well. We consume way too much, especially in Western civilization, especially in Western society. These are the little intricacies that are not optimized. We are consuming too much. We aren't getting outside enough. We aren't exercising enough. Look at the stuff we're eating. All of these things and all these reasons and all these small pieces of negative attributes of our society is holding us back. Now is the time where we should be organizing and challenging every aspect of manufactured society. This is why I call this the modern mandate. Because this is what we need to be doing. We've been so hyper fixated and so hyper focused on things that actually don't matter, like our jobs and money. Mind you, our real shared environment is deteriorating. Ice is melting all over the globe. Climate change is very much real, and there has been years of scientific evidence to back that up. But the true thing is, climate has been changing as long as the Earth has been around, and we simply have to adjust. But just because dysfunction has become normalized doesn't mean we cannot combat it. If dysfunction is the new norm, then we must get organized. We must learn to function better. We must optimize all of our systems to lift up our planet and to lift up the human race. We have been fed ultra processed slop, marketed as food. Indebtedness has become our accepted way of life. Economic subjugation, overconsumption has become people's therapy. We have a whole generation of people that doesn't believe in mental health, but they're materialistic. They consume too much. They're narcissistic. They have so many mental illness they don't even know where to start. But they don't believe in mental health. This is a problem. These people have been chasing status. They have been chasing wealth over wellness. And they chase validation over virtues, people. This is truth. This is our society modern day. But then they have the nerve to wonder why people are so empty. People are so tired. People are so violent. People are lashing out, killing people, hurting people, doing drugs. Our society is fundamentally incorrect, and it is creating negative human beings. A distracted, sick, and indebted population is easier to manipulate and manage than a disciplined, healthy, community-based population. It is simple as that. The truth is we aren't as broken as we think we are. And if we are, it's because it's been manufactured. It is artificial. It is a system that we exist in. It is the matrix. It is a simulation. Whatever you want to call it, this fundamental way of life is incorrect. We are misaligned and we are lacking true leadership. True leadership that actually wants to guide us and care for the people. This has been the fundamental issue in the West. Our leaders have had ulterior motives, or straight up their entire motive has been different. They could care less about the people. They only want money, power, fame. I believe the road to recovery starts with mass rehumanization, right? We have to get back to what we are, who we are, and what we are supposed to be doing. Rehumanization is very simple. It's getting back to restoring what has always been central: mental and physical health, responsibility, community, environmental stewardship, discipline, and honesty. These are paramount to a strong society and population. These are non negotiables. I don't care about your houses. I don't care about your cars. I don't care how many women you have. I don't care what drugs you do. I don't care how many companies you started. Are you a fucking decent human being? And we have lost sight of this completely. We have been distracted by bells and whistles, bread and circus, people, to the point where the leadership in the entire Western Hemisphere is demonic. They're openly sacrificing people, killing people, starting wars. A sick and destroyed population cannot build a just society. A financially reckless generation cannot build sustainable systems. An isolated culture cannot protect itself. Rehumanization starts at the individual level but will never end there. That is the problem. We are coming from a very individualistic and selfish society. Mass rehumanization is community focused, health and wellness focused, bringing every system back to lifting the people up, fostering a better environment, taking care of our world. I have four central pillars in my philosophy. Four central pillars. As I'm starting this podcast, I want to ensure that everything that I talk about from here moving forward is going to be focused around these four things. We must get back to the basics. We must make better choices ensuring proper nutrition, sufficient exercise, sunlight, and even practices like nervous system regulation. And I'm gonna hit all these surface level in this first episode, and then as this episodes keep going, I'll make sure I'm hitting all of these tenets, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Mental and moral clarity requires vitality, people. We must be healthy to make the best decisions for ourselves, for our families, and for our communities. We must be healthy. These aren't negotiables here. If you want a just society, we must build on top of this. Mental and spiritual discipline with controlling what we give our attention to, practicing discernment, media literacy, and being able to properly break down and digest information. This is mental and spiritual discipline. This is discernment. This is the ability to read and understand. These are not valued in contemporary society. Our education system never taught these things. They never taught us how to truly take care of ourselves, to truly take care of everybody else. They taught us how to fall in line, how to follow a script, regurgitate information. Fiscal responsibility is paramount to self-governance and self-reliance. Fiscal responsibility is paramount. In the world we live in, we must be fiscally responsible. That is just how we are living, right? It is paramount to self-governance and self-reliance. If we develop better habits revolving around money and look at money as a tool to improve our life, to develop stronger skills, we can eventually break out of these traps. These corporations, our government, these people are the only reason they have control over us is because we need money to survive, and they have hoarded it all. If we can develop stronger financial habits, we can therefore develop stronger skills, produce better goods, and eventually we can produce more than we can consume. And I know that's a stretch. I know it's a big goal for America, but if we can slow down our consumption by 10, 15%. I mean that's changing the game here, people. And move it, shift it all towards sustainability, right? If we can get our food supply in order, then we can start at make everything else start falling in line. But this is a marathon, remember, not a sprint. Lastly, but I feel like this is the most important today, is community and sustainability. We've lost all sense of community in this nation, and any sense of community that we haven't lost, it's very small, or it's just transitioned to the internet. But other than that, people are tired, exhausted, isolated. They're broke. We're working like fucking hamsters on a wheel. People, the main point of the video, our life isn't optimized. We are optimized to be cattle, to be domesticated animals, to produce for other people. But it isn't optimized for everyone to be fulfilled and happy and get love. It is paramount that we start prioritizing localism, stewardship, environmental stewardship, land stewardship, right? Incorporation, right? This is just what it is. We live together all on this earth, and the faster we all work together seamlessly, instead of using stupid things to divide us, like religion, like nation, we can truly foster a better shared environment. We've been divided for far too long, and as a result, we are letting our shared environment and our shared home decline because of it. This is irresponsible on the individual and the collective level, and we should be ashamed. It's a very simple philosophy: stronger in body, clearer in mind, grounded in principles, rooted in community. We follow these tenets, we rise these up, and we internalize them and externalize them. We can truly make a better home for ourselves and each other. Our generation was handed environmental instability, economic subjugation, cultural fragmentation, and spiritual confusion, and terrible health habits. But now we were also handed a choice. We can continue chasing symbols of success designated and designed by systems and people that do not prioritize our wellness and our well being and our true happiness. Or we can redefine success. Health is wealth, discipline is freedom, community is security, and character as your status. This podcast isn't going to be about tearing everything down. It's going to be about rebuilding what should have been sacred and precious to us the entire time. We're human beings, and we are failing each other, and the people we've put our trust in, and the people who have been taking the power from the people have failed us. The systems have failed us. If you're here, you feel it too. Something needs to change, and it starts with us. Not tomorrow, not when other people start doing it for us. Now, today, this was the modern mandate with Frederick Carr. I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep trying to talk my stuff. I'm not going to make these episodes too long. I just want to really spread my message, because everybody has a voice. And if you aren't using your voice, then what are you doing? God bless.